Hello and welcome back everyone to French Bread Plays Dragon's Crown Amazon solo run. So last time we kind of reached the halfway point in the series. We've ascertained that the ancient dragon is indeed awake and it's only a matter of time until it gains omnipotence over magic and breaks out of its seals. In which case we will be faced with an issue, a problem. So, in response, it has been requested that we bounce around to all the zones we've been to in the past in order to... Absolutely not. In order to acquire special talismans, which are the only known way of bringing harm to the ancient dragon. Which means a bunch of side paths for the stages we've already encountered. As you can see, there's a A path boss and the B path boss. Since we have not faced the B path one yet, it's kind of marked as an unknown, but we can use these to gauge the relative strengths of the enemies we may be facing. Like, it's probably not a good idea for us to go and try and tackle the level 30 boss right away. Looks like our best initial bet is going to be a return to the ancient temple ruins. We haven't been there for quite a while.
Many things lie within the ruins of the old Elysian temple. Some quiescent, some far less so. An ancient dragon spoken of in myths is said to have destroyed the Elysian civilization in one night.
So, as you can probably already tell, things have changed a little bit around here, and the enemies are putting on a much greater level of resistance. Well, not necessarily much greater at right this moment, but it's going to become, I suppose, apparent as we continue. I'll even pick up a crossbow. What the hey?
It's my turn. Oh yeah.
What?
See, fighting orcs here instead of what we've had to deal with in the past.
By the time you arrive at the battle, Roland has already vanquished the last of the foes. He lives up to his legend. Roland works through this region alone, never teaming up. You have gained insight into the ruins by talking to him. Which path will you take?
So we can, there's a heartbeat breeding grounds in the submerged ruins, or terrifying gorgons live in the temple ruins. Investigate the temple ruins, being aware of the danger. That's what we're gonna do, and at this point it allows us to select our bag. What I didn't mention last time is that the benefit of these bags is primarily that you can set up different builds for yourself and also just have spare equipment sets. So if you're, especially if you're going through the gate and you're just kind of tackling things random in endurance mode, your gear is going to break down eventually. So having these additional bags means you can keep pushing further and further into the dungeon, besides just also the potential of different builds. So now it's going to become a lot more enticing for us to collect gear when we might not have otherwise done so in the past, because it was just basically a burden to us before, but now we're going to start holding on to things, including bones. Let's see, we got a zero, an O here. I don't know what that equates to. So we'll do a brief Here we go. Never mind. No need to skip. I figured something out. Oh, that was open the sesame. Yeah, not helpful.
Come at me.
Nope. Apparently snakes are too small to be hit by the crossbow. Yeah, going forward, I know this doesn't quite cut it, but going forward we are going to be... I'm going to have to start really tightening up my play, put it that way. Because there are challenges beyond just surviving and, you know, succeeding on that level. Hey, give that back. There we go. I would not mind to have this arquebus, good sir. Specifically with the bosses. I'll talk about that when we reach the bosses, but it's definitely going to become a bit of an issue. At least as due to the fact that we are running this solo. I believe it's going to be my first real test of a solo run. Oh, here she is.
You must be very wary of Medusa's eyes. Anyone who meets her gaze is turned to stone. To avoid
Apparently,
suffering a stone
this can't help me at all.
you
Ah,
must
shit!
not look into her eyes.
So, when her eyes are glowing, turn away.
If you find the going
Nope,
difficult,
nope, nope.
consider ducking into a building to
Damn it.
recuperate.
So, here's the difficulty of simply looking away from her eyes, is that her snakes... Oops, that's not what I wanted. Her snakes are going to do their best to try and grab you, and if they grab you, then you will be stunned for a certain amount of time. That may be just enough time for her to wreak her stone magic on you. Ah, shit. Ah, fuck you. Ah, damn it. Thing is, we really want to defeat her here, if at all possible. Ah, shit. Because the new bosses, and I'm sorry this is a little bit staggered, I forgot that she showed up so quickly, but the new bosses are... They have certain conditions for you to defeat them and actually... God damn it, bitch. Actually gain the benefits of having done so, like the talismans and other such rewards. For example, if I simply flee here, whoops, I will... There we go. I will lose the ability to acquire a talisman from her. You can survive, you can succeed in the stage, but you don't get the real reward.
Medusa turns to stone and crumbles into dust. This act of vengeance should assuage some of the anger of those unfortunate souls that she petrified.
So here you can see this new next round bonus thing. If you continue our adventure, the item obtained score increases. For now that's it, but we can continue onward. So before I do anything though, I'm going to try and bring my thoughts together because I was a little busy fighting. So these new bosses are, I would say, in general more difficult than the previous ones, and many of them have like a certain time limit. Like if you don't beat them with a certain amount of time, you'll obtain some sort of aid in defeating them, but this aid precludes you from getting the talisman or any greater reward. So either you want to work fast, or in the case of Medusa, where you basically have all the time you want to beat her, but you have to, of course, not game over on her, dealing with the challenges she presents. Well, I'm going to continue on, but...
At sundown, you and your party gather around the campfire. Eat well, for you will need to be prepared for the day ahead.
So here's the cooking game.
I'm so hungry.
I believe you can, like, oops, you grab your meat or various foods, and you choose different ways to basically cook them. And then to every meal, I believe you can add different seasonings, which will improve the meal itself. But you want to also, come on now, you want to stir it or flip it or whatever when it is prepared or at a certain point. How do I... I don't quite remember how to... Oh, right. That means it's ready. Sorry. And then you can move it to your bowl. And then you click on the food to eat it, to get certain benefits. But if you've overcooked the poor thing, you don't get the benefit you would have otherwise. And you have a time limit for eating these. So, let's try to be a little bit more simple. Put some oil. Put some seasoning. Can stir it. And to take it, put it in our bowl. Running out of time. Eat that escargot.
So good.
Yes.
After
Okay,
your
we got a
meal,
much
you
better
lay
bonus
down to
there.
rest. Another dangerous mission awaits you tomorrow.
So, it's a little hectic, and I had forgotten exactly how to do it at first, but
This underground labyrinth was created by the magician Wallace in a single night.
this is your way of
It is said that fearsome
healing up
monsters are
in between
held in the
adventures.
depths of this hazardous trap-filled maze.
Oh, who can even remember? I certainly can't. There we go. I'll take it. Whatever it may be. Oh, fairy.
Oh, yes. Done.
First area is no different than the others, of course. And I'm just randomly clicking on runes because I have not bothered to
The trap was sprung, and the door magically closed fast.
remember.
Slime creatures are weak against fire. The torch on the wall could be used to great effect.
That trap has escalated from before, though.
The clink of metal hitting the ground can be heard. You obtain a magic key to open the door.
And we're out. Ready? Open. Ah, trap chest, of course. I believe the next screen is probably going to be Ricky, so let me just check our request real quick. We're going to want to go down the A path if this is Ricky.
Suddenly, a rodent
Yes.
darts out and begins talking. Ricky, the magician's apprentice, needs your help once again. He says that wayward wizards have waylaid the labyrinth again. There must be a reason mages keep attacking. Which path will you take? The door to the laboratory
So,
is through the
let's go with the
tunnel.
Doom Beetle path, because that's going to lead to our side quest. Open her up, man.
Oh, yes.
Ah, red zombie. I'm sure that would mean even worse things were this Resident Evil 1. Ah, get off of me, you fiend. Nope, and we got whites too. These really powerful skeletons. Honestly, I prefer if he picks up that weapon.
Oh, I can do that. It's my turn. Done.
'Cause that means he can't block my attacks and then counter them. Ooh, nice. Don't be like that, wizard friend.
Outstanding.
You can go ahead and open that, Randy.
Voila.
I am so tired of runes already. I'm gonna go ahead and say I dislike this edition of the game, if only because I'm not gonna remember all this crap. Come on, fellas. There we go. Open her up, Randy.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Come at me.
I wonder if that's what the wizards that Ricky mentioned were after, the supposed unfinished works of Wallace there. Oh, screw these runes, man. I don't even know how I managed to get that right. Okay. I think I might even start ignoring the runes unless it's an open the sesame deal.
Let's see. Simple.
Because the laboratory was being misused, some of the experiments housed within have now run amok. Destroy the fungi and other twisted creatures here in order to prevent the fungus forest from spreading further.
So we got a little bit of extra, an extra objective here, so to speak. Fighting these guys is sort of tedious due to their, give me that torch. Due to the fact that they break up into multiple little dudes afterwards. Go ahead, Ranny.
They're here.
Yeah. An Uber thief. You know what his deal is? To distract me long enough for these guys to grow all tall and strong. Oh dear. I don't know. I don't know. It turns something on. Oh, nice. Treasure Hunter's friend.
Oh, yes. Done.
Fair enough. Ooh, you know what? Maybe I will take... here, take this flamethrower. That might be really helpful against these mushrooms.
Come at me. I got it. Voila.
Seems to be alright. Ooh, more bones.
They're here.
This thing is weird. Ah, what the hell? That's weird. Creepy as shit. Alright. More reason to dislike bugs in my life. Am I just not on the right plane? Yeah, I was just slightly too beneath this hive to actually destroy it. There we go.
Outstanding.
There we go.
They're here.
In case you're wondering, sorry for not a super ton to talk about here, but in case you're wondering why I'm undertaking these quests, it's because there's not going to be as much in-between story stuff from now on as there was before, I believe. I mean, we basically have our quest, and the nature of that quest isn't going to change. This is sort of the point where Dragon's Crown turns into a bit more of a loot treasure grind. That means, in essence, that means there's probably going to be more off-camera stuff going on than ever before. As I, you know, make sure I can level up and keep pace with the challenges that are going to be coming in the nearest of futures. I see you over there, buddy. Jeez, how far did that thing go? Low on health. Let's just fill up, why don't we?
The grubs are turning into cocoons. You must destroy the cocoons before they hatch at the beaks.
You can see, by the way, just how damn fast we move with our Berserk when it goes into overgear. And look at this poor bastard. Strength pot, Incite Rage, and then that
The aberrant doom beetle cult.
double attack thingy, and suddenly, I know he's lower level, but suddenly we're truly chewing through bad guys. That combination is what's really going to save us. As we head into more
You
difficult
obtain
challenges.
The green talisman.
Oh my, look at all that loot. Oof, that's a low end. Yeah. You knockdown chance and dex +9. It's not really fantastic. This I'm going to sell, I believe. More low end minimum damage. Yeah, I'll appraise this. It's not bad. Take it. Oops, I shouldn't have done that. Oh well. Over here, though, we'll definitely take this toxic Volge, whatever. Sell that sucker. Boy. Not gonna need that. 32 to 54 I think is preferable to 27 to whatever, so get rid of that and we'll take that. And that should do us.
You need 8 more talismans to defeat the ancient dragon.
Not sure how many, let's see how many bones I have after that little excursion.
Wandering one, how can I help you?
16, so we've got a ways to go before we get to 30, but we will get there. Adventurer's Boon. Let's turn in this side quest, and then I think I will... that'll be an episode for us.
What would you like?
Hey, another bag. I'll take it. I don't mind. And she's starting to sell some new items. We're gonna snap up that improved healing potion and these improved strength potions. The rest of these, not so much. I'll grab one explosive. But the rest of these, nah, not so much. By the way, you just saw how our money has plummeted. This is how the end game really starts to get.
Back again, eh? There's a request.
Alrighty. Reacquire research. Oh my. Mutation. Doom beetles, which are influenced by strong magic while still in cocoons, may sometimes emerge with a giant horn. The magician Wallace seems to have made a connection between the magic and the beetles' evolution, and had been working to speed up their mutation process. Surprisingly, Ricky is a successful example of Wallace's experiments. Ricky squeaks enthusiastically and says that he will work hard to complete his master's research. Art by Yasuo Shirai. Should he? Should he be working hard? This seems like maybe not a great thing for him to be doing. And already we got new quests. Oh, that's an easy one for us to achieve, heartbeat problems, so keep that in mind. May have to like resort to some situation of maybe our episodes might turn into like multiple boss fights with multiple side quest turn-ins before after said boss fights, and then in between I'll do more of the nitty-gritty work. Not sure yet, but definitely going to have to switch the format up a little bit in order to keep consistently active and interesting episodes. Let's end off by upgrading a few abilities. Definitely Brandish. It's going to get us more spins, and we love to spin to win. And I'm thinking Punisher. Deal multiple 4-hit combos on the ground, which will increase the chance of Berserk. Sight Rage is good too, but I think Punisher is going to be of greater help to us off the cuff. Yep, there's a lot to work forward to. Okay, y'all. I'm going to call that a wrap for the time being. Next episode, let's see. Let's set a goal for myself. We'll try to take out 2 new bosses in the next episode and we'll try to clear the 5. I'll try to clear the 5 requests I have on myself presently. In between that, and then I'll turn these in at the beginning of the episode. Then we'll fight our bosses, and we'll kind of try and see about operating that way. All right, though. That's it for now. Thank you for watching. Hope you join me again. As always, peace. We'll get to the bottom of this.